is going on, Crimson City? My name is Crimson Seabad, and we are here today with our Week 1 team builder for the Pokemon Global League, the PGL. We're going up against the Choice Specs and his Orlando Magikarp. I'm really looking forward to it. I have been out of the game for a minute. If you guys didn't catch the draft analysis for this league, make sure you check it out. That'll be in the description of this video, as well as a link to the Choice Specs channel. You guys go check out his team builder, his side of the battle when that does get uploaded as well. Camera flickers are going to happen, saving up for a new webcam. Just bear with me in the meantime, but we're going to be breaking down our team, so if you guys are excited, feel free to leave a like on the video. Don't leave a like until you watch the video, though. Make sure you enjoy it before you leave a like. And then, of course, make sure you guys check out the links in the description. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Instagram, shameless plugs. All that being said, let's get right into the video. So, admittedly, this was a pretty hard team to prepare for, but I think we have the six that we can bring against the Choice Specs' roster. You guys will see his team start to appear on screen right now. He has the Mega Charizard X, very fantastically tough Pokemon. It's got 130 attack, 130 special attack, the Tough Claws ability. It gets access to set up through Dragon Dance. It can be supportive with Will-O-Wisp. It has reliable recovery and Roost. It's a fantastic all-around Pokemon that just hits incredibly hard. It's got the Conkeldurr, so if we weren't getting hit really hard with Fire and Dragon type moves, we're getting hit hard with Fighting and other type moves that Conkeldurr gets. Super physically bulky Pokemon. Nothing too crazy on the special side, but it has 3 great abilities in Guts, Sheer Force, and Iron Fist. Guts, increasing the offensive pressure that it can give once it has been statused. Sheer Force, which negates the secondary effect of a move to increase the overall damage output. And then Iron Fist, boosting the damage of punch-based moves. Not too fast either, though. It's got a base 45 speed. It's got the Empoleon, best defogger. Empoleon has Torrent and Define. It can defog. It can run rocks. It's weak to electric, ground, and fighting. So I think it's a really bulky Pokemon. I think Empoleon definitely has to show up this week. He has the Espeon, which is very fast, 110 base speed. Magic Bounce, it can deter hazards, it can deter status, it can deter anything that's non-damaging. It can reflect right back at us. So it's pretty hard with the base 130 special attack. I could see maybe something like a Choice Spec set coming this week because my team is inherently slower than his. Or I could see something like maybe even a Life Orb set. The Alolan Ninetales, I feel like the Alolan Ninetales definitely has to come because of our ice weakness, but it's got the Snow Warning ability, and you compare that with the Aurora Veil, giving access for mons like Mega Charizard, for Conkeldurr, for Empoleon, for Espeon, for a lot of his team to just set up in front of us. Great typing in Ice and Fairy, so it does hit really hard from both, like from a Blizzard standpoint and the Moonblast standpoint. Obviously, carrying like a tech hidden power, it can definitely do a number to our team. The Palossand, I feel, definitely has to show up because it is one of 2 Pokemon on his team that does not get one-hit KO'd by Mega Mawile after a Swords Dance. But Palossand is Ground and Ghost. It does have access to rocks. It has the Water Compaction, so it's not a water immunity, but it does raise the defense every time it gets hit by a water move. Ghost and Ground Stab really does just kind of run my specific 6 this week. He's got the Shaman, base 100s across the board, great grass-type Pokemon with Natural Cure. Gets access to Seed Flare, Air Slash, Earth Power, Psychic, a lot of cool stuff. It has reliable recovery and synthesis. You can run a Rest 3 attack set with Natural Cure, which is also very, very... I really want to use Shaman one day. Someone remind me to draft Shaman one day. He's got the Thundurus Incarnate, the faster counterpart to Thundurus Therian. It has the Prankster ability, so it does get Prankster T-Wave and Prankster Defog. It does have access to Defiant in case we bring any of our Defoggers. It can hit pretty hard from both the physical and the special side. It's a great Z-Crystal user, in my opinion. It can also be very detrimental if ran with a Life Orb set. He's got the Tyrantrum, which hits so very hard with Rock Head and Strong Jaw, whether he wants to run just Choice Banded, Choice Scarf Head Smash, whether he wants to run Dragon Dance and Elemental Fangs with Strong Jaw. Very, very hard-hitting Mon. Vikavolt is a pretty bulky, pretty slow Mon, but pretty bulky. It is a ground immunity on his team with the Levitate ability. It can hit pretty hard from the special side with the Bug and Electric Stab that it does have. It can set up with moves like Agility, too, in order to be faster, so running like a Life Orb Agility set is something that I could see running. And then Weezing, I feel like definitely has to come. Weezing is the other Pokemon that does not get 2-hit KO'd or does not get OHKO'd by Mega Mawile after +2. Levitate does give it a ground immunity for our Diggersby and any other ground users that we do have. It can toss off Will-O-Wisps. It can set up T-Spikes. Get some weird coverage moves like Flamethrower, Sludge Bomb. It can get Pain Split recovery. So I definitely think like a Rocky Helmet Weezing set could be coming this week. But some things to talk about on his team are that the Stealth Rockers he has Empoleon, Palossand, and Tyrantrum. No Spiker, but he has a T-Spiker in the form of Weezing. No Rapid Spinners. 2 Defoggers in the form of Empoleon and Thundurus Incarnate. He has 2 Heal Bellers in the form of Alolan Ninetales and Espeon, and then an Aromatherapy and I believe also a Healing Wish user in Shaman. So let's go ahead and talk about our team here. And I do want to give a moment to thank everybody in the Detroit Type Nulls front office for assisting me with this. I'm very busy with work. I'm very busy with streaming and obviously battling and recording this content, other content coming soon as well. So I do want to give a huge, tremendous thank you to everybody who's been helping me with these teams. And it is a group collaborative effort. So I just thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for helping with these teams. The first Pokemon that we have coming out is Toof, the Mega Mawile. Mega Mawile pre-Mega Evolution will have the Intimidate ability, and after Mega Evolution will have the huge power, obviously rocking the Mawileite. It has the four attacks we're bringing this week are Brick Break, Play Rough, Swords Dance, and Sucker Punch. We have 44 EVs in HP, 244 in attack, 220 in speed with a Jolly Nature. So the EVs in this speed allow us to outspeed max speed Conkeldurr, which no one has ever run in their life, but League format, you really do start to see some interesting sets come out, as you guys will see in our team builder. But max speed Jolly Empoleon or Conkeldurr can be a thing. We also outspeed uninvested Empoleon, Palossand, Tyrantrum, Vikavolt, and Weezing. Brick Break is really nice for the Aurora Veil, and for some reason, if he doesn't bring the Aurora Veil, Brick Break is really good for any screens that Espeon can bring, because we can live a hit based off our natural bulk from a Choice Specs Espeon, and we can Brick Break screens. We obviously OHKO with Sucker Punch without setting up. If it's a Colbur Berry, I believe we do 75% if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to rerun that calc before our match. But Brick Break just hits, and Brick Break also hits things like Empoleon pretty hard, hits things like, obviously breaks the screens on Espeon, but he doesn't, like, so Weezing is the Mega Mawile check, which is why I think Mega Mawile has to come 100%, because I can run things like Knockoff. Obviously Sucker Punch is super effective against Palossand. I can run things like Ice Punch as well. But after a Swords Dance, so here's the idea behind Mega Mawile this week. So after we can Brick Break screens and get rid of those, we can Brick Break Veil, get rid of those. Play Rough switch-ins aside from Weezing don't exist on his team, especially because his faster threats that can knock us out if we can force a switch and go for a Sucker Punch. Faster threats won't knock us out. Will be knocked out by a +2 Sucker Punch. Like Mega Charizard coming in to revenge this thing. Espeon coming in to revenge this thing. Alola Ninetales, we still live a hit from. Shaman coming in to revenge this thing. Thundurus coming in to revenge this thing. We all take a hit. We all knock those things out with a +2 Sucker Punch. And if he brings in something like Vikavolt or Tyrantrum to take a hit, or Conkeldurr to take a hit, they don't take either a neutral Play Rough or a +2 Play Rough. Weezing is the only thing that can take a hit on that thing. So I really do like Mega Mawile this week. I really think it's going to show off its not versatility. I really do think it's going to show off why it is so impressive in League format this week. And I'm really looking forward to see what it can bring to the table as far as an offensive standpoint. So coming in at a defensive standpoint, I talked about the physical threats on his team. We're bringing Big Boy Man the Regirock. We've got the Clear Body ability, and Regirock is rocking the Leftovers. The 4 moves we're running this week are Stealth Rock, Protect, Counter, and Rock Slide. Max HP, 252 EVs in HP, 180 EVs in defense, 76 EVs in special defense with an impish nature. So talking about the EV spreads here, Mega Charizard X is absolutely a huge threat with 252 EVs in HP, 180 EVs in defense with an impish nature. We are 3-hit KO'd with, including leftovers. We are 3-hit, actually I think it's without leftovers. I think without leftovers we are 3-hit KO'd by +1 Mega Charizard X Earthquake. So with leftovers and Protect does give us a little bit of longevity there. We don't get reliable recovery. Wish passing on this team would be fantastic. I do want to look into that with free agency, but being able to wish pass in a Regirock eventually would be. But anyways, I digress. So being able to, so this thing, rocks absolutely just start to hinder down his team. It does 50% to Mega Charizard X before Mega Evolution. It does 25% to the Alola Ninetales, 25% to the Thundurus, and if I can keep up offensive momentum, it's going to keep chipping down at his team slowly but surely, which is very nice. So, dedicated rocker this week. Protect with leftovers does give us either we can scout, we can stall out turns of hail, which I anticipate to come, we can stall out turns of screens, which I anticipate to come, and we can get a little bit more leftovers. We can scout for Z moves as well with Regirock, which is really nice. Counter is there because Conkeldurr runs my team, and if Mega Charizard sets up, it can run my team. So, at +1, obviously, for 3-hit KO'd, we go for counter. It's going to bring it down to about 10%. So, but that does give us, it forces the roost if he does have it. It does allow us a turn to set up with Stealth Rocks. I don't think that if we go, so in the instance where a +1 Earthquake goes off into Regirock, and we go for counter and it brings him down to 10%, I don't think he's going to take that opportunity to go for another Dragon Dance to make sure he knocks me out. I think he's going to hope for a roll, but even on the highest roll, unless there's a crit, we still live another +1 Earthquake after that. So that gives us an opportunity to either go for rocks and then counter, or counter and then rocks. And And the rest of the 76 EVs are in special defense just for the extra added bulk. Rock Slide is there. We really, Rock Slide was there. Originally, what did I have originally? I had something else there originally. I think it might have been Earthquake, but at that point, Thundurus Incarnate set up all over our face, and I didn't want that. So Rock Slide is there. It hits Mega Charizard. It hits a lot of his mons that are weak to rocks initially, and other Pokemon we've got other checks for. So I do like Regirock this week. I think it puts in a lot of work from our defensive backbone, and I think that that's exactly what it's going to do. The next Pokemon we have on our team is Neon Icon the Sneasel. Sneasel's rocking the Inner Focus ability with Groundium Z, Dig, Ice Shard, Knockoff, Icicle Crash. The EVs we have on Sneasel, we have 4 in HP, 252 EVs in attack, 4 in defense, 20 in special defense, 228 in speed with a Jolly Nature. So let's start with the spread. With 228 EVs in speed, we outspeed Thundurus Incarnate by 1 point. Prankster does not work on us because we are a dark type, so if he tries to go for a Prankster Thunder Wave or something, does not work on us. We can just go straight for an Icicle Crash, and provided it's not like a double dance with agility, we can just go straight for an Icicle Crash and hit this thing pretty hard. The Knockoff is really nice for removing items. It can remove things like an Assault Vest on Conkeldurr on a switch. It can remove leftovers or resistance berries from Empoleon. It can pop potentially a Colbur Berry on Espeon or remove a choiced item or Light Clay. It can remove, again, Light Clay or maybe an Icy Rock or a Life Orb on a little Ninetales on a switch. It pops a Colbur or removes leftovers from Palisand. Shaman Thundurus Knockoff's just a really nice move to have. We have Ice Shard for priority. Priority is really nice this week in terms of the Thundurus, in terms of like a Scarf Shaman, in terms of if Charizard is low enough, Ice is a neutral hit on it because of the Fire Dragon typing that it does have. So it'll be nice to get a little bit of chip on that thing. And then Ground Z Dig is one of our ways of dealing with Mega Charizard X. If it is just Sneasel versus Mega Charizard, typically we can't do anything to it. But Ground Z into Dig does do a tremendous amount to Charizard, as well as the Empoleon. I debated Low Kick. Low Kick was on there, but Ground Z Dig into Empoleon just does work really, really well this week. So as far as it goes, the 252 EVs in attack just allow us a little bit more, just maximize our offensive presence. And then the 4 in HP defense and special defense, that was just kind of to more round things out. There's no calcs that those really depend on. The next Pokemon we have on our team is Roger the Diggersby. I love this set. We went back and forth about this set for a long time. We had Double Dance, we had a lot of stuff, but I really like this set, and I really do hope it gets a chance to shine. We have Roger the Diggersby with the huge power ability, the Silk Scarf, Substitute, Swords Dance, Quick Attack, and Earthquake. 132 EVs in HP, 140 EVs in attack, 4 in defense, 134 in special defense, 68 in speed with a Careful Nature. So 68 EVs in speed allow us to outspeed a Jolly max speed Conkeldurr. Again, I don't want to, in case he is, I don't want to risk it. I don't know anybody that's ever done that, but I'm not going to risk it. The 134 special defense and the Careful Nature allow us to get behind a sub on Weezing, which is really, really nice because he can't Pain Split through our sub. Flamethrower and Fire Blast won't break our sub with the max amount of HP, the special defense, and the investment that we have. Sludge Bomb doesn't break our sub either, and we can start going for Swords Dance. The Pokemon that can take an Earthquake don't appreciate a boosted Quick Attack at all, especially with Silk Scarf, and vice versa, the Pokemon that appreciate a Quick Attack. So the point here is to just wear down Weezing as much as possible in order to get the most value out of Diggersby. If Weezing is worn down a lot, I'll probably sack something just so Diggersby can start setting up all over and knock it out with a +6 Quick Attack. It is very defensive. I mean, it's got 120 base defense. It's immune to our Earthquakes, but we're going to start wearing this thing down, which is really, really nice. So if it's not Rocky Helmet, that's good for us. Diggersby is going to put in a ton of work. It put in a ton of work in practice matches, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what it has. The next Pokemon we have on our team is Wintergreen the Latios. Latios has the Levitate ability with the Choice Scarf, Trick, Draco Meteor, Ice Beam, and Psychic. 252 EVs in special attack, 4 EVs in special defense, and 252 EVs in speed with a Timid Nature. With this spread, with max speed, we are speed tying a Scarfed Espeon, and we also outspeed Mega Charizard at +1. We knock it out with Draco Meteor. Ice Beam does tremendous damage to things like Shaman, to Thundurus Incarnate. It does damage to Tyrantrum. It does damage to Palisand. And Psychic hurts the Conkeldurr. Psychic hurts a lot of things on his team. He doesn't have a Dark type on his team, so the only Pokemon that really likes taking Psychics is Empoleon, which is why we have Trick. Trick is there to cripple the Empoleon. If I'm ever in against a Pokemon that doesn't appreciate a Psychic, I'm clicking Trick because he'll go into the Empoleon. That's just how that's how it has. Like, if he doesn't, like, if it's Latios versus, I mean, I guess if I Trick Weezing a Scarf, that'd be okay because then that lets Diggersby set up all over it. But like Latios and against anything that doesn't appreciate a Psychic, I have to assume Empoleon's the switch in 100% of the time and just click Trick there. And yeah, that's the main part of Latios. It does give us a ground immunity, so things like Earthquake coming off of the Tyrantrum, Earth Power coming off of the Palisand, Earthquake coming off of the Mega Charizard, we are immune to, which is very, very nice. I think Latios is going to put in a ton of work. I think Latios is going to put in a ton of work without a proper Psychic Resist on his team outside of Empoleon, which we can cripple, and we have Mega Mawile, Brick Break, Sneasel, Z-Dig, Diggersby, Earthquake. I think we've got Empoleon pretty much handled there. So the last Pokemon on our team is Jeff the Galvantula. Jeff has the Compound Eyes ability holding the Magnet. With Thunder, Volt Switch, Energy Ball, and Bug Buzz, we have 60 EVs in HP, 252 EVs in Special Attack, 196 EVs in Speed with a Timid nature. With this speed, we are outspeeding a Max Speed Shaman. So we hit 168 in Speed, Max Speed Shaman hits 167. 252 in Special Attack just to maximize our damage output. Then the rest just put in HP. Didn't really have a need to, you know, there wasn't any specific calc I was trying to run that needed 12 in defense or anything like that. But the point here is just kind of a neutral pivot. We boost our Thunders. Compound Eyes boost the accuracy of our Thunders, and Magnet boost the offensive power of our Thunders. And once Palisand is gone, I mean, like, he's got some resists to Galvantula, but it just hits pretty hard. Thunder just hits pretty hard. We can pivot around with Volt Switch as well. Bug Buzz is really nice because it does go through substitutes in case he does happen to get any of those up. Bug Buzz also does do tremendous damage to the Shaman. Energy Ball does really nice damage to the Palisand, and Thunder and Volt Switch, like I said, with the once Palisand is gone, we just kind of start clicking buttons with that thing. It's really nice to gain momentum too in case Pokemon doesn't appreciate a Volt Switch. If he anticipates a Thunder, an Energy Ball, or a Bug Buzz, we just click Volt Switch and we can continue up the momentum on our end. So that is going to be our team going into week 1 against Choice Specs and the Orlando Magikarp. I really am confident in this team. I hope you guys have enjoyed the team builder. If you guys have enjoyed the team builder, make sure you guys let me know in the comment section down below which of your favorite Pokemon sets we're bringing this week. Let me know which one is your favorite, what you think is going to be the MVP this week. Again, thank you to the gentleman helping out in my front office. It's very much appreciated. Your time and assistance is very appreciated. And I look forward to having our matchup with the Choice Specs. That battle will be up tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I'd like to remind you guys to be great and do great. I'm going to let this outro bang, and I'm going to talk to you all soon. Later.